I just saw Jurassic World Rebirth in theaters, and I want to give you guys my quick review on it. This isn't going to be like my normal videos where I really do a deep dive into the rest of the Jurassic series, looking at 3 strengths and 3 weaknesses. This is going to be a lot more surface level, just my initial thoughts coming out of theaters, where I think the movie improved on its predecessors, where I think it could use improvement, where it still sucks, where it's awesome, if there's any of those things. This is going to be my first unscripted video, so there'll probably be growing pains, but really, who cares? I don't know if this is hyperbole. I'm usually way more hyperbolic upon seeing a movie in the theaters. But I think this is the best the dinosaurs themselves have been since The Lost World, probably. Like, there's some genuinely suspenseful scenes, like the dinosaurs are used as actual threats. Like the Mosasaurus set piece, pretty suspenseful. It gave me a lot of Jaws vibes.
Fire, you son of a...
And I like how they utilized the Mosasaurus in a different way than the Jurassic World Trilogy had kind of devolved to, where all it did was it would always pop out of the water and grab something every movie without fail. This movie uses it differently. Spinosauruses, hadn't seen them really since Jurassic Park III, and I think they're utilized well. The T-Rex. The T-Rex had become the hero of the series, which started to suck the further we were going on. Glad to say that the T-Rex's set piece here, fantastic. It's intense, it's a threat, it's scary. I was wondering if it was actually better than the T-Rex scene in The Lost World. There are issues that hinder it a bit to keep it from that top tier, but overall, the T-Rex raft scene is something that I want to rewatch right now. I think it was that good of a scene. The scene on the cliffside with the flying dinosaur that I cannot pronounce its name. CGI looks pretty bad in that scene, but I just think the set piece itself is clever. I think what Rebirth does well is it makes you care when the dinosaurs are attacking people and makes it feel like they're almost in danger. Not saying that it delivers on those things, but the characters are grounded enough that even though you know there are certain characters that are definitely not going to die, you feel a modicum of suspense. I will say the mutant dinosaurs, which I don't know exactly what they're called, didn't like them. I thought the prologue was good, even though it was kind of stupid. But then the climax, when the mutant dinosaurs are really prevalent, just a slog. Like all the inspiration that I thought the other dinosaur attack set pieces had, I think was just missing with the mutants, so didn't like those. But so I touched on the characters a bit, so I will talk about them now. This is a huge flaw in all the Jurassic World movies. Chris Pratt and everyone else felt like generic superheroes or just really forced characterizations throughout. I feel like Rebirth grounds the characters much better. They're still pretty generic, like their character arcs are laughably simple-minded, but they're all just, well, not all. They're pretty much likable. The main thing that I realized watching Rebirth in theaters is these movies are meant for kids and families. The scenes that I didn't like here with those characters, with some of their lines, those got big laughs in the theater. Like, there's this baby dinosaur that adds nothing to the movie other than really bad CGI, but it was clearly just there to be in the trailers to draw the audience in. And yeah, people seem to really be awing and oohing over that stupid baby dinosaur. And Rebirth kind of handles villains the same way, just very basic and very stereotypically. Like, there's one character who is clearly set up to be not a good guy, but I was hopeful as I was watching it that, okay, maybe they'll make him a little bit nuanced. He won't devolve into a generic villain like in the other Jurassic World movies. And I will say he's way better than any of the villains in those last 3 movies. But still, it's like these movies seem to need to have a clear bad guy, like human bad guy, which I just don't think is necessary here in the 7th movie of the series. So that was kind of a bummer. Like I said, I thought the dinosaur attacks were good, visceral, intense, but still the movie did not take risks. By like halfway through the movie, kind of knew who was gonna die, who was gonna survive. which frustrated me. It's one of the caveats I have with a lot of the scenes where it's just like, is anyone actually in danger? No, not really. There's one or two moments where it looks like a character is going to die, and I thought, oh man, are they going to actually go there? This is spoiler free, so I won't say what happens, but I think you could tell by my reaction that I kind of spoiled it. Let's talk a little bit about the story. I wanted this to be a simpler movie, and I've seen a lot of reviews online where people are trashing this movie because it just feels like Jurassic Park III, which I totally agree with. This does feel like Jurassic Park 3 2.0. But honestly, I don't care. We're at the 7th movie in the series. I now know that this series is just going to keep going and going and going, and I would have liked it to have stopped. But if I'm going to keep getting movies, I'm like, yeah, just go back and make the simplest movies. I don't care about the plot. I just want good dinosaur action. That's all I need at this point in the series. So while it's kind of preposterous that there's yet another island where the dinosaurs are roaming that we had no idea about, I didn't mind, because the stuff on land in Dominion certainly didn't work. I was happy to go back to an island. Now, the reason they go back to the island, it's dumb. They basically need samples from 3 dinosaurs. The way they say it in the movie, it's like, we need one from a big dinosaur on land, a big dinosaur in the water, and a big dinosaur in the sky. And I was like, wow, this sounds like the plot to every open world video game ever. It feels very video gamey, the setup to the plot. But again, I didn't care. I was like, all right, let's get to the island. There's 2 sets of characters in this movie for some reason. The family's presence is illogical, and how they weave in and out of the mercenary narrative feels kind of forced. But I'm not going to dock that too much, because the family is part of some of the most suspenseful scenes in the movie. The whole thing with the mutant dinosaurs, again, I don't like how they're handled in the climax, and I think they were completely unnecessary for the movie, so that's a flaw there. But overall, story did exactly what I needed it to do. Overall, I'd probably give this a 6.5 or a 7 out of 10. I don't know. I don't really have a number scale that I use on any of my other videos, so what are we going to compare that to? But I think it's probably number 4 in the series. I think it's definitely ahead of Dominion and Fallen Kingdom, and probably ahead of 3. I think the dinosaur attacks are sometimes great, which is something I haven't been able to say in probably 20 years. I don't even think Jurassic World had any great dinosaur attack scenes. The characters were pretty generic, but none of them annoyed me. The dialogue, there was some bad dialogue in the trailers.
Territory, stalk, hunt.
None of what you just said is good.
But thankfully, most of that was removed. There's still 1 or 2 dumb quippy lines, but way, way, way toned down from the OG Jurassic World Trilogy.
What an asshole.
But yeah, I liked it. Perfectly serviceable sequel, and will inevitably spawn way more, because the series will never die.
They're alive, like me.
Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments if you would like more of these unscripted videos. Like, I was gonna do like preview videos of my preliminary feelings on series before diving in deep on the 3 good things and 3 bad things. Like, planning on doing the Terminator series and wanted to talk through my thoughts ahead of doing the big videos. But these are definitely quicker for me. They probably will take like 4 hours from start to finish, versus my other videos take like 20 to 30 hours. But thanks for watching. Thanks for all the support. Appreciate all of it. And definitely aiming to get more videos out soon.